first time, like early in the morning, around 4 o'clock in the morning, which is when she first passed away, that she came to me. And
how does she come to you? How do you know when she's there?
Huh? And I feel when I search for her, and I let myself be open to her coming to me. Very far away. I don't think there was anything else to talk about.
I want to be able to let him travel with me into a space where I have been and have been coming out of, and I feel that the place that I am going, that I have been, that I'm coming out of, is perhaps places where others have felt that they have been through. I feel her pain, and I feel what she went through. Chaplain Corey's gone to heaven, wanting home. Corey's heart was broken, so
this doesn't affect them, and it does. You see all these students standing up here, and a lot of these people think that $200 doesn't make a difference. But I'm on financial aid, and I know that $200 is going to make a lot of difference to me because I cannot work and go to school. Thank you. Face. Great. I think the government is cutting up their noses to spite their face. We're their future, and they're spiting us by taking our money away from them.
I don't know how the lights are going to dry up this clay. This is 25 pounds of porcelain. This is a time when the idea of what you think you're going to be doing with video and what something's going to look like starts to be two different things. Now, I think we have too much clay here, so I think I'll just saw some off. Let's see. I'm gonna want her head or her shoulders. So I think I'll just cut it off with my saw. Put it back. And there's the top of her head. I'm looking at a TV. So I'm looking at my clay, and I'm looking at Rebecca's head at the same time. And but I'm not looking at Rebecca directly. I'm just looking at the monitor. And it feels so nice and smooth. It's like cream. It definitely is creamy, like creamy cheese. I haven't been looking at the clay at all, but I can see where it is vaguely becoming a semblance of a human being. I can't seem to see the clay as much as I thought I would, so it's almost like doing it in the dark a little bit. Let's see, here's your neck. Here's my thumb going along the curve of your cheek. Here's my thumb on your chin. Here's my thumb, my forefinger on your lips. But you're so tiny in the And here's your nose. You're smaller in the video than the clay is. Oh, there's your eye. I just pushed your eye in. God, this clay feels good. Oh, Jesus. Oh, it feels so good. See, now I really can find your collarbones by massaging the clay in the place where your collarbone is. And then I know that this is your chest. I know that this is one collarbone. Well, I have to dig into the clay a bit. Where's your collarbone? The clay is making shadows on your collarbone there. Now I'm seeing your face come out of this head into a shape. If I follow your chin and your eye, I can't see your ear from here. I can see your ear a little bit. I'll try to touch your nose. I'm gonna have to use my tools because you're much smaller than. Let's see. Here's your nose. And here's your mouth. And here's your eyes. And I'm actually drawing on the clay where your features are. Oops. It's too high for your eyebrow. There's your eyebrow right there. Take that one. And now I'm like carving into the clay and carving out your eyes. And I'm starting to look at the clay a lot more now, which may or may not be a good idea. Now I'm going to try and get your nose. Let's see, we'll stay there. We'll just stay there for a little while. And I will, here's your mouth and your lips, your chin. Oh. This is kind of really very magical. That's your chin. Here's your chin. It seems there's your chin. It's sort of like the idea of doing plastic surgery or something, or reconstructing your face from. And now it's getting to the point when I touch the clay, I feel like I'm really, really touching your mouth. Yeah, it's getting nearly impossible for me to talk and be able to work at the same time. And I guess we're gonna stop when we stop. And I'm trying to keep using my left brain, but it's going into slow-mo. Okay. Yeah, I think what happened was I finally got to the point where I couldn't talk I can't talk anymore. And that's the point where I was most interested in. reaching the point of not being able to talk, and that is coming with extreme concentration on details. And details, once I start looking, I think what's happening is once I start looking at the clay and looking back at the monitor and looking at the clay and back at the monitor, as long as I looked at the monitor and not at the clay, I was all right. I mean, like all right, meaning that I could talk. But as soon as I really am trying to concentrate on what your features actually look like not to match as I'm touching your face, like right now, as I'm touching your skin, I'm touching your eyebrow here. That's one thing. But now when I really want to zero in for likeness and details on your face as I'm looking at the clay, that's at the point where I can't seem to keep it up. Okay.
Nina Sobell has been intrigued by the idea of being able to capture the emittance of electrical impulses by the brain and transposing them into a graphic image since 1973. She began to collaborate with systems engineer Michael Trivich. On the monitor, two people were able to see their physical as well as mental image. They were able to create one composite brainwave drawing in real time. Sobell was determined to devise a non-competitive, creative environment geared to home TV viewers who could create an active rather than passive TV viewing experience and enhance their ability to communicate. Dr. Barry Sturman of the Sepulveda Veterans Administration Hospital in California offered access to equipment. As the director of the neuropsychology lab, he was most interested in the psychosociological aspects of the piece. Electrodes were attached to the occipital region of the brain, the visual cortex of two participants. They sat comfortably in front of the monitor, which displayed their faces and the superimposed composite brainwave information. The real-time Lisa-Joux pattern changed in accordance with the brainwave activity. When both people put out the same brainwave, it formed an irregular circular configuration. Nonverbal communication between the participants was the objective. When one person was distracted, it appeared as distortion horizontally or vertically, depending upon the axis, which displayed his or her brainwave pattern. The results were averaged through a PDP-10 computer and proved that two people could influence each other's mind states nonverbally. The EEG video telemetry environment was installed at the Contemporary Arts Museum in Houston, Texas. It was open to public participation. Electrodes were attached to participants in the same manner as in the Sepulveda installation, and an electroencephalogram was given to them. The public could view closed-circuit monitors of the people in the living room environment. And the graph being made, a video projector also played back what others had previously created. Soon after getting a job at the computer store, Sobell began to collaborate with biocybernetics engineer Chris Matthews in using computer graphics to enhance brainwave drawing. With the support of Dick Heiser, experiments were made using his equipment and an EEG device from the Biofeedback Research Institute. During the following year, Matthews and Sobell developed computer graphics programs for the piece. By 1981, after experimenting with different patterns, their efforts were recorded in Matthews' laboratory. John Gord built a special effects generator, and other equipment was donated. It was discovered that when one participant made a transition from one brainwave state to another, it often influenced a similar transition in the other person, non-verbally. During the past phases, more emphasis was placed on the graphics. Now, attention was focused to achieve accuracy with the analog to digital device. The link between sophisticated EEG equipment and the Apple computer. After extensive testing, an environment was opened to the public at the Long Beach Museum of Art in the Artist and the Computer show. A computer program was created by Kong Lu, which resembled an electroencephalogram. Colors were keyed to each different mind state. The computer displayed an image showing previous brainwave activity, as well as the immediate responses. This allowed the participants to view their deeper previous states, as well as the current patterns which were altered by the activity of looking at the screen.
This is an installation piece, moving cameras, converging views, which is installed in the window of the Franklin Furnace Gallery. It is here as part of a performance festival of Los Angeles and London performance artists meeting in New York and working together and independently. It was funded by the National Endowment for the Arts, the British Council on the Arts, and the New York State Council for the Arts. The piece was designed with me by John Gord, with the assistance of Paul Newell, and John designed and fabricated the special effects generator, which is enabling these cameras to move in sync with each other and present 6 separate images on the screen simultaneously, as well as these 3 split-screen monitors working in sync with each other. The show was organized by Suzanne Lacey in LA and Susan Hiller in London, and went on for 2 weeks in March 1981. The cameras move in perfect sync with each other. They meet in the center, and if 2 people are walking from 2 directions on the sidewalk, their images would be converging. The bottom 2 images are for the people on the street immediately in front of the window. The 2 center images are 2 cameras which are panning automatically across the street on the tops of the cars and merging back in again. And the top 2 images, one camera on the left is going to the top of the building and back down to the ground. The other camera is moving up past the World Trade Towers up to the sky, and then will rotate back down to the ground. So you have sky, ground, ground, sky, moving in sync with each other.
De Hunter, por supuesto. Ah, de Hunter.